Hello. Today we read Proverbs 29 because it's May 29th and Lamentations 1.
No, 28.
No, it's the 29th.
Today's the 28th.
Oh, it's 28th? Oh, well, I'm going to do 28 tomorrow, I guess. I'm sorry, y'all. But anyway, it doesn't matter because it's all powerful stuff. So in chapter 29, I like verse 4. The king by judgment establisheth the land, but he that receiveth gifts overthroweth it. So it's not a bad thing to receive gifts, but when you find yourself kind of living off like what people give you and kind of living off others' generosities, then you won't know what it's like to work for yourself and to have that grind, because you're always relying on other people's politeness or like, oh yeah, they'll just do it for me. And I'm not gonna lie, I got used to that with my mom. Like a lot of times she would do my stuff for me, but it's like I started realizing it was time for me to step up and do that stuff because I was never gonna learn. She's not gonna be here for me to do that stuff. So it's good to wisen up.
Give me an example where you had to develop your own muscle, because that's very candid.
I can't really think of anything right now, but just like advocating for myself.
Yeah. Speak up, right? Because I'm not going to always be there. And in verse 17 of that chapter, it says, correct thy son. Like when he's not pulling his weight, check him. And he shall give thee rest in the long run. He shall give delight unto thy soul. And another version says, he will give you peace of mind. He will bring delight to your soul. Now, like I said, it's hard, but I know me, I have to look, even when you were 2 years old, I was always looking 10 years from now. How would you be at 12? The way I treated you as a baby, the way I treated you at 8 years old, what was the implication for how you would turn out when you're 18? So now that you're 18, I sure enough don't want you, unless it's the Lord's will, but to still be with me at 28 years old, no. Mm-hmm. You need to be out in the world doing great things. Okay. Go ahead. Now we're in a brand new book, Lamentations, and this is talking about Jerusalem. They were taken into captivity in Babylon, and it's a very sad time. Go ahead.
Lamentations of Jeremiah. So I like verse 2. She weepeth sore in the night, and her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she hath none to comfort her. So I thought that verse was kind of like an oxymoron, because it says all her lovers weren't there to comfort her. So if they really were her lovers, then they would comfort her. So you should be careful. I mean, if you're like in a relationship, like make sure that the person you're with makes you feel comfortable in who you are, but also pushes you to be better, but it's not like tearing you down or being like negative. And make sure that's actually being a lover, not just like, I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Yeah.
It has to be emotionally balanced and nourishing and strengthening. What verse was that?
2.
Mm-hmm. Jerusalem cries bitterly at night with tears running down its street. Well, the Lord wants us to experience his loving kindness. And even though there's a lot of suffering, I know that you probably haven't even kept up with what's going on in Minneapolis.
I've heard about it.
Yeah. And I haven't been able to look at it visually in the news as far as the actual act. I just saw, the knee and the neck. Listen, we have a lot to pray for. And I talked about a young man that I met this morning who, even though he looked like the stereotype, that man had so much integrity, and we have to really